Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe and drop me a rose in the comments below so I know you're here. And I'll also leave all of my information in the description box below, so make sure you check out all my other platforms. And yeah, let's get into today's video. So today's video is all about how 2026 is the year of movement. It's the year of embodying everything that we have learned from 2025. Okay, I personally feel like last year was a year for, just really learning about ourselves, learning our triggers, learning our fears, learning the things that are actually holding us back from truly being who we want to be. And for me personally, I did a lot of inner work last year. Last year was not like a flashy year. Last year was not a year to just, show off and brag and boast and all the things. Even though I had a lot to brag on, I opened my shop. Well, I opened my shop in 2024, but I had my grand opening last year. And I've been putting in a lot of work. I've accomplished a lot of other things besides just the shop, so I had a lot of things that I could talk my ish and but I really wanted to work on me last year, and that's exactly what I did. Because a lot of times, we want to become the highest versions of ourselves, but we're not willing to actually do the work that it takes to become that person. You could say you want to have a lot of money, but if your spending habits don't reflect, someone who is good with money, you're never going to be that person, right? So you have to take the steps to actually start changing who you are to become who you want to be, right? So just for example, say that you have always admired, the girl who is put together, the it girl, the girl who always comes with her makeup, her hair, all the things, but that has just never been you. You haven't felt comfortable with, doing your makeup or doing all the things. You're not really comfortable with yourself that way, but that's something you desire. So you have to start making those steps. You don't have to necessarily go all out and go get micro shading and go get your lash extensions and all the things, but you can start small. You can get some mascara, just do your own makeup. I have DIY lash kits that I actually sell, you can do at your house in your own home. And I also have a tutorial, so I'll drop the links for that below. And it's only $12, so you can literally do your lashes at home for $12. You can also do your own hair care routines. You don't have to go to a salon and spend all this money to look good and put together, So those are just little things that you can do to start becoming who you want to be. And a lot of times people focus way more on the outside than the actual inside. And the inside is what is going to reflect on the outside. So that's the most important step that people forget, because we're always caught up with what the world sees. But people don't realize that once somebody gets to know you, they're going to know that it's a front. That's not who you really are, because that's just who you are portraying to be. So if you really want to be that girl or that guy, then you got to start doing the inner work, right? So that the inner work will reflect on the outside. And then you're that girl or that guy, and nobody can tell you any differently because you did the work. Okay? So, yes, last year was the year of doing the work. Okay? It was the year of the snake. It was shedding. We were shedding all of, the things that no longer serve us, the things that were holding us back, the things that were keeping us small, the self-doubt, the self-hate, all of the negative aspects about us. We had to shed that. We had to release it so that we can make space to actually bring in all the things that we know that we deserve and that we're capable of. And now that we have shed all of that negative, stuff, now we have the room for it. Now now we're bare, and we can actually, you know, we can actually become that person, because it's not all this distraction around us. So if you felt like, 2025 was a roller coaster and you had lots of highs, lots of lows, ups and downs, people were snaking you out literally. I know that happened to me a lot this past year. Like, yeah, I had a lot of betrayal happen, but it was for my highest purpose. It was to serve me. It was to show me who I can no longer be, who I can no longer tolerate, who I can no longer take with me. Okay? So you gotta also get out your feelings. Okay? You have to really embody all that you have learned. It's not about obtaining the information. We know the information. Like, social media throws so much information at us that we are not lacking the knowledge. Okay, we can understand the concept of these ideas, right? But that's not actually going to change your life. The thing that's going to change your life is embodying it, taking what you learned and doing something with it, taking it and actually making it happen. You can, wish for things all you want. You can try to manifest things all you want. But if you are not embodying that person, then it's never going to come into fruition. It's just going to stay a dream. It's just going to stay an idea, because you're not taking the steps to be that person. So I'm hoping that makes sense. But I'm just really excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited because I feel the energy. Like, I feel the momentum going. Like, I was already in this energy ever since November, because my birthday was in November. So November is like my new year. I always say, birthdays are your new year, because you're literally born, So I'm always like giving myself a rebirth at my new year or my birthday. So yeah, I have been on this, new year, new me energy since November, and I've just been trying to keep the momentum going. And, they always say, like, January really isn't the new year. The new year is not until spring or like March. And I also agree with that, because it doesn't make sense to try to start a whole lot of new things in the middle of winter, when everything is dying. We have no energy. It's cold as hell. Like, it's depressing. It gets dark at 4 o'clock. Like, who has energy to do anything, So yeah, it's like, you don't have to necessarily do more right now, but you need to keep your momentum going. Whether that's even resting, whether that is taking the time to pour into yourself. That's been a thing for me, because the last couple months, holiday season has been crazy with my business. So I have not had time for me, really. Like, I have just been going and going and going like a little Energizer bunny. And my body has started to feel it. And it's like, okay, girl, slow down. Slow down so we can speed up when it's time. Because you're going to need that energy to keep the momentum going when it's really go time. Okay, when we racing, okay, with the big dogs or the big horses. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta maintain that energy, protect your energy, and rest when you need to, and respect your body and listen to your body. Which is another video that I made about your nervous system that has a huge impact on embodying the person you want to be, because you actually can't embody that person if your nervous system is all out of whack, because it's literally chemistry, like, it's biology. Like, you're not going to be able to focus and become that person, because your brain is all over the place. So check that video out. I'll try to remember to link it below. But yeah, New Year doesn't really start until spring. So don't be hard on yourself if you don't have like a ton of energy right now, but just start using this time to do little things to become that person. You know, if you have a bad habit of waking up late, start getting up a little bit early and make your bed. Those little small habits are going to start, you know, compounding and turning into big habits and just become who you are, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this video short. I just really wanted to make a video because I have not posted a video in about a month, and obviously, you know, I'm trying to grow my YouTube, I'm trying to stay consistent, but December was just slam packed full of just everything with the holidays and business and everything. So yeah, I really could not focus on YouTube. I have been posting shorts, but you know, I want to get back into the long form videos and start making more content for you guys. So yeah, let me know if you like the long form. And even with the long form, do you like kind of short videos, like 10 minutes or so? Or do you like the long videos, like 20-30 minutes? Because, you know, your girl can talk if y'all want me to. But I just don't like to like go overboard, because then I feel like I'm like rambling. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna end this here, but make sure you like and subscribe for more content, and let's just go. Okay, I'm super excited for 2026. This is the year of the horse. This is the year of embodiment. This is just the year of becoming the best version of yourself. So if you're ready to stop playing small and really tap into who you know that you can be, then let's go. Follow me for more, and I will see you on the next one.